Hello students, welcome to Sridhar Jalapati Aptitude Classes, an initiative of Triumphant Training Solutions. In this video, I'm going to explain you a topic called Statements and Assumptions, one of the important topics in most of the competitive exams like SSC, CGL, RRB, bank exams, civil services, and including the TCS NQT National Qualifier Test. Last year in TCS NQT 2020, they have given two questions from this topic called statements and assumptions. So in this video, I'm going to explain you what are these questions, how to approach these questions, and how to excel in this topic to answer the questions correctly. Watch the video till the end. By the end of the video, you will definitely get an idea about how to answer these statements and assumptions questions. Let us start. First of all, how do they ask the questions? In these questions, they will give us a statement followed by some assumptions. A statement followed by some assumptions, one or two or three assumptions. Maximum, mainly you will get assumption, two assumptions questions. Sometimes you may be given with three assumptions, but any number of assumptions. So you have to find out which of the given assumptions is implicit or true from the statement given. You will be given with the statement, we will be given with assumptions also. We just have to find which of the assumptions is valid or implicit for the statement given. First of all, what is assumption? Assumption is the hidden part of the statement which is considered to be true. That is the hidden part of the statement which is not externally mentioned in the statement, but that is something which is considered to be true. And one more important thing is, while answering these questions, you have to find the assumption of the author who has made that statement, not our assumption, not the reader assumption. You have to find the assumption of the author who stated that statement. Normally, while answering the questions, most of the learners make the mistake that they find their assumption. They put their assumptions, but here remember, you have to find the assumption of the author who has given the statement. In other words, in stating that what he might have assumed, which is not part of the statement externally, but considered to be true. That is the meaning of the assumption. Once again, assumption is the hidden part of the statement, which is considered to be true. Okay, let us take an example. If I consider a statement, wearing mask is a way to protect yourself from corona. Wearing mask is a way to protect yourself from corona. And consider another statement. Wearing mask is the way to protect yourself from corona. What is the difference between these two statements? In the first statement, it is one of the ways. It is one of the ways to protect yourself from corona. Whereas in the second, this is the only way. Wearing mask is the way to protect yourself from corona. This is the only way. So you have to go by those words. You have to read the statement carefully. One word makes the difference. Wearing mask is a way to protect. That means there are many other ways as well. There are many other ways. It is one of the ways to protect. Whereas the second, wearing the mask is the way to protect yourself. That means this is the only way to protect yourself from corona. So two statements with a minor difference gives entirely a different meaning. So that is what you have to read the statements carefully and you have to find the assumption. I have selected 12 examples in this video. Watch the video till the end. Definitely it's a theory topic. You may not find it interesting, but definitely you will get 2 to 3 questions in most of the competitive exam. So keeping the importance of the topic in consideration, learning the topic is very important. So watch the video till the end. I'll be explaining 12 different examples, and in each example, I have taken one situation, and I will tell you how to handle that situation in answering the question. Okay, right, here is the first question. Now, obviously, these are theory questions. I cannot wait for you to read the question and then I explain, because it takes a lot of time and the video becomes lengthy. So immediately when I display the question, you pause the video, and then you read the question. After that, you fix your answer, you decide your answer, then continue watching the video to check your answer. Okay, I cannot wait for you to try here. If I take the time, then the lengthiness of the video increases, then you may not find it interesting to watch. Okay, statement. Read the study material prepared by Sridhar to get a high score in the exam. That is the statement. Now assumptions. Study material prepared by Sridhar is of good quality. Getting a high score in the exam is desirable. Which assumption is true? Implicit. Mark your answer as option 1, option A, if only assumption 1 is implicit. Option B, if only 2 is implicit. Option C, either of them is implicit. Option D, neither of them is implicit. Option E, both are implicit. So here, what is the statement? Read the study material prepared by Sridhar to get a high score in the exam. So some author has given this statement. Somebody has given this statement. So whoever has given this statement, what he might have assumed. First, study material prepared by Sridhar is of good quality. Obviously, this is assumption. How do you know this is of good quality? He is saying that study material prepared by Sridhar to get a good score. He is recommending you to study to get good score. So that means that is of good quality. First one is assumption. Second, getting a high score in the exam is desirable. That is also assumption. Why getting a score is desirable in the exam? Because he said you read this material to get high score in the exam. That means getting high score is desirable. That's why author is suggesting you to study this material. So here both are assumptions. The material is of good quality because it is helping you to get good score, and getting good score is desirable in the exam. That's why he is suggesting us to read the material. So here both are assumptions. Okay, you have to find the assumption of the author. What the author has assumed in stating this? He assumed both the material is of good quality and getting good score is required in the exam. Let's move to the second. By the way, before I proceed further, I've prepared something called TCS NQT Ninja Video Cracker video course, which is of more than 15 hours of videos, not 12, more than 15 hours of videos. I added a lot of videos to that, and 1,000 plus practice questions from numerical ability, quantitative ability, verbal ability, altogether called cognitive skills, which is part A of NQT test. And this course is available only for rupees 199. And to access the course, the offer price is still valid, as TCS has extended the date to 29th of August. I have extended this offer also. You can still purchase this for 199 rupees. And to access the course contents, you just have to make the Google Pay or Phone Pay to the number mentioned. I will be giving the phone number in the description. And while making the payment, make sure you mention your email ID and phone number in the note section. And then after that, you have to fill the Google form, and that Google form link also I'll be giving in the description. If you just follow these two steps, make the payment and then fill the Google form, after that we will mail you in 3 to 4 hours all the course contents. And that course contents will definitely help you to crack for cognitive skills part A of TCS NQT test. Let us continue our discussion to statements and assumptions, and here is the second question. Small things are beautiful. That is the statement. First assumption, big things are not beautiful. Second, big things are ugly. Third, beautiful things are small. As I said, you can pause the video to find your answer. Here is the solution. In the statement, he has spoken about only small things. He told only about small things. He did not comment anything about big things. So he has not assumed that big things are not beautiful. First one cannot be the assumption. He did not say that big things are ugly. There is no mention about beautiful things are small. Here, small things are beautiful. Small things are beautiful, but beautiful things are small. That is may or may not. This is may or may not. Right? So therefore here none is implicit. All the small things are beautiful, but beautiful things may or may be small, may not. So here none of them is assumption. First of all, first two cannot be the assumptions because the author is strictly talking about small things and he did not mention anything about big things. So we do not know whether he assumed this or not. So those cannot be the assumptions. Third one, small things are beautiful, but beautiful things may or may not be the small. So again, none is implicit here. Let's move to the third. Everybody loves reading adventure stories. This is the statement given by an author. Everybody loves reading adventure stories. So what is the assumption in giving this statement? You just have to find in giving this statement what might have the author assumed. First, adventure stories are the only reading material. No, because he said everybody loves reading adventure stories. That's it. He did not say this is the only reading material. There are no reading other materials. He did not say that. Second, nobody loves reading any other material. Again, same. It is given that everybody loves reading adventure stories. That's it. It is given that everybody loves reading adventure stories. He has not assumed nobody loves reading any other material Or adventure stories are the only material? No. So therefore here also neither one or two is implicit. None of them is the assumption, because here clearly in the statement everybody loves reading adventure stories. It doesn't mean that people do not read other material. It doesn't mean that adventure stories are the only reading material. Okay, right. He has not assumed any of these two, so none of them is the assumption. Fourth one. Many people have expressed surprise as the princess has broken the royal tradition of marriage by choosing a commoner as her life partner. The princess has broken the royal tradition of marriage by choosing a commoner as her life partner. That is the statement. So, in stating this, what author might have assumed? First, people expect royal families to observe customs and traditions. Absolutely, because it is given that many people have expressed surprise because the princess has broken the royal tradition. That means they are expecting the royal families to follow the traditions and customs. People are expecting. That is the assumption. Second, people still value purity of royal blood and status when it comes to a marriage of members of the royal family. Exactly. People still value purity of royal blood and status when it comes to a marriage of members royal family. That's why the princess has broken the tradition by choosing a commoner as her life partner. So that means people still value purity of royal blood and status when it comes to a marriage of members of royal family. So here both are assumptions, right? Here clearly we have some clues, words. Many people have expressed surprise that the royal tradition is broken. That means people expect families to follow the tradition. Second, she has broken the tradition by choosing a commoner because people are normally expecting royal family to marry to choose a member as marriage, but from the royal family only. They are expecting that she did not do, so that's why they got surprised. So both are assumptions. And let's move to the next one. Fifth, an unemployed allowance should be given to all unemployed youth in Andhra Pradesh who are above 25 years of age. Statement is, an unemployed allowance should be given to all unemployed youth in Andhra Pradesh who are above 25 years of age. First assumption, the government has collected enough funds through taxes to provide allowance for all the youth in Andhra Pradesh. See, this is not the valid reason, and there is nothing about collecting funds in the statement. The statement is saying that unemployed allowance should be given to youth. That's it. It is not given that government has enough funds, government has shortage of funds, or government how the government adjusts these funds. It is not the assumption. Second, there are youth in India who are unemployed and need monetary support. Yes, there are youth in India who are unemployed and need monetary support. So that's why this statement is saying that I think instead of India, this should be Andhra Pradesh. This should be Andhra Pradesh. There should be a change because it is about Andhra Pradesh. So if this is Andhra Pradesh, now why the author is asking unemployed allowance should be provided? Because they need it. There is a need for it. That's why he is asking to provide. So therefore, there are youth in Andhra Pradesh who are unemployed and need monetary support. So second one is the assumption. Second one is the assumption. Only second is the assumption. First is not the assumption because in the statement he said unemployed allowance should be given. But he did not say that government has enough funds. He has not assumed that government has enough funds. That's why you have to give. Our government is shortage of funds, so they cannot give. So that is not the assumption. Second one is a valid reason. Why the author feeling unemployed allowance should be given? Because there is a need for it. Okay, so second is the assumption. Let's move to the next one, sixth question. As I said, you can pause the video anytime. First, you try the question and then continue watching the video to check your answer. Do not listen to my solution straight away without trying the question. Statement. If it doesn't rain throughout this season, most farmers would be in trouble this year. If it doesn't rain throughout this season, most farmers would be in trouble this season. Assumption. Most farmers are generally dependent on rains. Yes. How do we know most farmers generally dependent on rain? Because here, most farmers would be in trouble if it doesn't rain. That means most farmers dependent on rains. Most farmers would be in trouble if it doesn't rain. That means most farmers depend on rains. First one is assumption. Second, timely rainfall is essential for farming. Yes, this is also assumption. How do we know? Here, this season, he mentioned this season. That means in a particular season, if it doesn't rain, farmers would be in trouble. That means the timely rainfall is essential. He mentioned in this season, if it doesn't rain, they will be in trouble. In this season is nothing but this is talking about time, right? So timely rainfall is essential for farm. So here both 1 and 2 are implicit. Both are assumptions. In giving the statement, author has assumed these two. Author assumed that most past farmers are in depends on rains and timely rainfall is essential for farm. Let's move to question number 7. Here is question number 7. A statement. OnePlus is a mobile that is causing wavelets in the mobile market. OnePlus is a mobile that is causing wavelets in the mobile market. Assumption. No other mobile is causing wavelets in the mobile market. No, because he said OnePlus is a mobile. What do you mean by a mobile? One of the mobiles which is creating. He said a mobile, not the mobile. Had he said OnePlus is the mobile, then this would have been the correct one. But he did not say the mobile. He said OnePlus is a mobile. So therefore, no other mobile is causing wavelets in the mobile market is wrong. I told you in the beginning, right? OnePlus is a mobile. OnePlus is the mobile. Lot of difference. Second, OnePlus is a great mobile. We do not know, right? We do not know because here it is given that OnePlus is a mobile that is causing wavelets in the market. Wavelets in the sense kind of sensation. It is creating sensation in the market. But to create sensation, it need not be a great mobile. There could be a lot of reasons. It need not be a great mobile to create sensations. There could be a lot of other reasons to create sensations, right? Maybe a less price, maybe what you call good camera quality, or maybe one of the features can be good. But you cannot generalize that it is a great mobile. There could be a lot of reasons to create sensation. Maybe the size of the mobile, but quality may not be good, right? So therefore, to create wavelets, we do not know the reason here. So we do not know on what basis the author has given that it is creating wavelets in the market. So we cannot say it is a great mobile. So therefore, answer neither one nor two is a assumption. Neither one nor two. Okay. Yes. Next, let's move to question number 8. In the statement, X says to Y, don't take black grapes, they are sour. Don't take black grapes, they are sour. X says to Y. Assumption. Y would listen to the advice given by X. Second, people do not prefer sour grapes. First of all, these are standard questions. Now you just tell me, when somebody advising someone, when X is advising to Y, what X assumes? X assumes that Y would listen to the advice. See, whether Y listen to the advice or not, secondary. That is conclusion. That is consequent. After giving the advice, whether Y would listen to it or not, that is secondary. But first, what X assumes while suggesting Y, he assumes that he will listen to his advice. Yes or no? See, in advance only, if you know that somebody won't listen to your advice, why do you advise? You advise assuming that you will listen to that person will listen to you. So obviously, when X is saying to Y, X assumes that Y would listen to his advice. So first one is true. Please understand here, you have to find assumption, not conclusion, not consequence. After X advising to Y, whether Y buy black grapes or not, secondary. That is conclusion. Here assumption is when X was talking to Y, he was assuming that because he was suggesting Y, so he was assuming that Y would listen to his advice. So first one is assumption. So not only in this case, normally whenever anybody is advising to somebody, they assume that they will listen. Similarly, when somebody is giving advertisement, paper advertisement, when somebody is giving advertisement, what the person thinks before giving the advertisement? He assumes that people would see that advertisement. Whether people see it or not, secondary. But he himself assumes. First, he assumes that people would see that. That's why he advertises. Right? When somebody warning, when somebody commanding, what they assume? They assume that the others will listen to them. Whether they listen to him or not, secondary. First, he assumes that they will listen to him. So that is what here you have to find. Second, people do not prefer sour grapes. Obviously, that's what X assumes. Why X saying why X saying why this why X saying why not to buy black grapes? Because normally people do not prefer sour grapes. Since they are sour, you also don't go for black grapes. So author assuming that normally people do not prefer sour grapes. So that's why he's saying why also not to go for black grapes because they are sour. So he assumed both. So answer both 1 and 2 are assumptions. Both 1 and 2 are assumptions. So in advertisement, in advising, in commanding, people assume that before they give that statement. Okay, right. Next one, another statement. Many cotton farmers are committing suicide due to lack of rains. Many cotton farmers are committing suicide due to lack of rains, is the statement. First, other farmers are not committing suicide. This is nowhere related. The author was strictly talking about cotton farmers and committing suicide. He did not say that other farmers are not committing suicide, or he did not consider that in giving the statement. So that cannot be the assumption. Second, cotton is dependent on water. Yes. How do we know? He said, due to lack of rains, cotton farmers are committing suicide. That means for cotton, rain is required. Cotton is dependent on water. Yes or no? Lack of rains creating problems. That means water is required for cotton. So second one is assumption. Only second is the assumption. First one is not an assumption. Okay? Right. Next question number 10. Statement. Levi's, the largest selling jeans with the largest range, an advertisement. So this is the statement in an advertisement. What is the statement? Levi's, the largest selling jeans with the greatest range. What is the assumption of this advertisement? People would respond to the advertisement. That's what I told you. Now, see, don't think that people would not. What is the guarantee that people would respond? See, that is consequent. You don't have to find whether people respond it or not. What the author assumes, the author, the person, whoever is giving the advertisement, will definitely assume that people would respond to it. Whether they respond or not, secondary. First, the person, whoever is giving the advertisement, see, now let us say I'm making a YouTube video now on the statements and assumption. When I'm making the video, what I assume? I assume that you people watch it. Whether you watch it or not, secondary. But I assume. See, if I don't assume that you watch, why will I make the video? Knowingly that you don't watch the video, why will I make the video? So that is the point here. So they are giving the advertisement. That means they assume that people would respond to the advertisement. So first one is assumption. Second, there is no other jeans selling as many varieties as Levi's. Is it so? Yes, because he said Levi's the largest. If this is the largest, don't you think this is the only one? Previously, we have seen OnePlus is a great mobile, the great mobile. Levi's the largest one, is different. Here, the largest. So if he add, since he said this is the largest one, that means no other jeans selling as many varieties as Levi's. So second one is also conclusion. So here both 1 and 2 are implicit. Both 1 and 2 are implicit. Okay, right. Next question number 11. Last but one, as I said, watch the video till the end. Hari says to Giri, if you want coffee, buy Nescafe. Hari says to Giri, if you want coffee, buy Nescafe. I think we have already answered one question of this type, advising. Now, assumption. Giri wants to buy coffee. Yes. That's why Hari is saying to Giri that if you want coffee, buy Nescafe. So since Giri is looking for coffee, Hari is suggesting. So first one is assumption. Second, Nescafe is a good coffee. Yes, assumption. Why? See, whether Nescafe is good coffee or not, that is not, we are not going to judge it. We are not going to judge it. You cannot say that, how do you know that Nescafe is good coffee? No, we are not going to judge, or we are not going to give any, what you call, quality check to this. We are not going to judge it, or we are not going to do any quality check here. We just have to say, as Hari suggested Giri to buy Nescafe, that means Hari assumes that Nescafe is a good coffee. By the here, whose assumption you have to find? Hari assumption you have to find, because Hari is talking to Giri. So when Hari was talking to Giri, Hari was assuming that Giri wants to buy coffee, and Hari was assuming that Nescafe is a good coffee. That's why he is suggesting Giri to buy it. So here both are assumptions. Both are assumptions. Okay. Here is the last question from statements and assumptions. I hope you are getting the idea, right? So this is how you need to answer. These are simple. You cannot make it too complicated. Don't think too much of logic. Just go by the words. Here is the last one. Why don't you invite Sridhar for this year's dance festival? Why don't you invite Sridhar for this year's dance festival? Assumption. Unless invited, Sridhar would not attend the festival. Yes, it is assumption. Yes or no? That's why the author telling you, why don't you invite Sridhar? Why he is saying you to invite Sridhar? Because he is thinking that if you don't invite, he will not come. If he comes without invitation also, then why the author would suggest you to invite? Author is assuming that if you don't invite, he won't come. That's why he is asking, why don't you invite him? So first one is assumption. Unless invited, Sridhar would not attend the festival. That is what the author is assuming. That's why the author is suggesting you to invite Sridhar. Okay. Next, second. Sridhar is a member of Cultural Society of Hyderabad. This is nowhere related to the statement. In the statement, the author has never mentioned about Cultural Society of Hyderabad or anywhere else. He said simply, why don't you invite Sridhar for this year's dance festival? That's it. In this, we have no clue that whether an author assumed Sridhar as a member of Cultural Society of Hyderabad or Bangalore or Delhi or something else. So second way, no way the assumption. So therefore answer only one is implicit. Only the first is assumption. So this is how you can answer these assumptions and statement questions. As I said, the TCS NQT cracker is still available. You can buy it at 199 rupees. And I have also launched some other courses which I will be revealing soon. And if you like my explanation, do like the video, share this with as many people as you can. Do not forget to comment what you think about this video. And if you are here to watch this video for the first time in my channel, do not forget to subscribe. If you subscribe, you will get all the notifications about the videos that I'm uploading. Thank you so much and wish you all the best.